Hi, Gina here for a walk down memory lane again, and this month, all month long, we're going to be talking flowers. And I know the other design girls have a lot of fun things up their sleeves for you. And today I'm going to show you how to make two different types of paper flowers. For this first one, it doesn't matter if you use a double-sided paper or not. I did not. This is one of the Doodlebug papers. You're just going to need to cut out a bunch of circles. I used my 1 3/8 Stampin' Up! Circle punch and punched out, I think, about 12 of these. And I've already gotten most of mine folded up, but I'm going to show you how to do this with this last one. I just take my circle and right down at the bottom, I'm just going to pinch a little bit and then fold back over my fingers so you get kind of a petal crease. And you just want to crease it part way up, not all the way. And fold those back a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. Mine are all kind of messy. And that's what you're going to use. So you're going to do that with all of your petals. I went ahead and did all mine to save time. And then once you have that done with all of them, just pick one up. And I'm going to use a needle and thread here because I find that it pulls them tighter. But you can also use some hot glue and glue them onto a circle. I just like the way it works better with the thread. So you're just down right at the bottom. You're going to pull it, your needle and thread, all the way through. I'm just using some regular embroidery floss here that I've knotted at the end. And you're just going to pull every single one of your flowers through. And make sure you just go through the bottom 2 layers at the point. You don't want to go through any more than that, or you'll mess up the way your flower is going to end up looking. And once you have all your flowers on there, you want to go ahead and straighten them up a little bit so that they're all facing the same direction. And then, almost got it. I've got one robe here. There we go. We'll get him flipped around the right way. And then find your end where you started and your knot is. And you're just going to run your thread through that same petal again. Yep. Pull it through. And this is where you're going to have to make sure your petals are all facing the same direction again. I got my thread twisted around the circle, which is why it's not wanting to pull tighter. That's an easy fix though. Then you just want to pull it until all your petals meet up in the middle. Once you do that, you can go ahead and tie off your end. To do that, I usually just run it through that back petal again. And tie a knot. Then cut it off. And then you're just going to want to arrange your petals. You can smush them up or lay them down flat. And then once you've got them kind of where you like them, this is kind of a big bunchy flower because I used more petals. I would decide where I wanted it on my layout, and then I would probably add a center of some kind, whether it was a flower or a button, whatever it is. I just add another center to cover up that little hole. And there's that one. And then I'm going to show you how to make one more layered flower. These ones are kind of a fringe flower, and they're really fun. You can make these with any size strips, as many strips as you want, or as few. That'll just make your flower bigger or smaller, depending on how many and the size you use. So for the flower that I'm making today, I have a 2.5 by 12-inch strip and a 2-inch by 11. And I'm going to go ahead and ink up the edge, one edge on them. I've already done this one. I'm just going to ink up the edge on this one. And for this flower, you are going to want to use double-sided paper because you're going to be seeing both sides of it. It just makes it look prettier. And I used coordinating papers also because I want it to go together. Then once you've done your inking, you're just going to cut little strips, and you're going to want to stop probably a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch away from the edge. Don't cut all the way down. And those don't have to be exact or anything like that. Just make sure that you don't cut all the way through, or you will mess up your flower. It won't stay together. And then do the same thing with your next one. And you're going to start with your, I'm using a pencil here, you're going to start with your skinnier strip, and then just wrap it around your flower, or around your pencil. Sorry, we're making a flower. And just keep wrapping. It doesn't have to be super tight because you want to be able to slide it off. And then once you've got your smaller one wrapped on, you're going to want to take your bigger one and wrap it on just exactly the same way. Try and line up the bottom edges. And then once you've gotten all of your layers wrapped, you'll just want to secure the end with a piece of tape or adhesive. And then comes the fun part. Just start pulling your little strips back, kind of curling them around, however you want to do it. Separating them as you pull. And you'll have a fun, fringy flower when you're all done. And if you want to see the finished products that I use these on, you can check out the gallery. Obviously, I can't show them to you right now because they're not done yet. So, those are just 2 of the many ways you can make your own flowers. I know some of the other design team girls are going to be showing you some other ways, so be sure to keep checking out the blog this month for more fun ways, and the forum, to make and use and alter flowers. Thanks for stopping by.